Hi guys, Ricky G here, wellness and beauty influencer. If you like your food, but you don't like exercise, you're probably piling on the pounds. And you get bigger and bigger, and soon you don't feel like exercise at all. And you think, what's the point? And you're embarrassed about going to the gym or being seen waddling along the road. Fat cunt.
Ricky Gervais and the woke culture debate. Ricky Gervais has made waves in the entertainment industry with his sharp critique of woke culture, particularly in Hollywood. Known for his unfiltered and unapologetic humor, Gervais doesn't shy away from taking aim at the political agendas and hypocrisy he sees in celebrity culture. His commentary, often controversial, has resonated with many who share his frustration with the rise of political correctness. Let's explore his stance and the impact of his views on the ongoing cultural debate. Hollywood's political agenda.
I was listening to the radio in England a few weeks back, Radio 4, quite highbrow. There was a discussion about political correctness. My name came up straight away, right? And there was this woman on there going, oh yeah, well it's not right. Ricky Gervais, he makes jokes about fat people. He wouldn't make jokes about gay people, would he? And being fat is like being gay. What? No, it's not. What? You can't choose your sexuality. As we've established, you choose whether to eat too much or not. You know, with your sexuality, you're born, you grow up, you discover you like same-sex relationships, and that's it. You're gay, okay? For being gay to be the same as being fat, you'd have to be born, be straight, grow up knowing you're straight, but gradually and consciously wean yourself onto cock.
Gervais has been vocal about his disdain for Hollywood's tendency to inject politics into entertainment. He frequently calls out the hypocrisy he sees in celebrities who use their platforms to push political agendas without fully understanding the issues. According to Gervais, many stars are disconnected from the everyday realities faced by ordinary people, yet they speak out as if they are experts. In his typical fashion, he mocks Hollywood's self-importance, urging celebrities to focus on their craft rather than trying to position themselves as moral leaders. The Golden Globes speech. One of Gervais's most famous moments came during the 2020 Golden Globes, where he delivered a biting monologue that took aim at the political posturing of Hollywood's elite. His speech called out the industry's tendency to preach about issues like climate change or social justice while benefiting from the very systems they criticize. By telling the audience to just accept your little award, thank your agent, and expletive off. He underscored the disconnect between celebrities' public personas and their private actions.
Personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second-guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. With comedy as well, I think you've got to deal with taboos and contentious issues, and sometimes you deal in irony, and some people don't get that, but, you know, you can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise you'll be doing nothing. So if you're saying anything, you should polarise. You should polarise, because everyone's different, so...
But this year you didn't host, and do you miss the fact that this was the Weinstein year?
Oh, I was salivating. Honestly, I got an adrenaline rush thinking of, you know, what I could say and whether I'd have to go to jail. And, you know, I like that opportunity because I do like that, you know, when there's a tension, when there's an elephant in the room, although he wasn't there this year. I do like that because I do like confronting that, because I think it takes the audience to a place it hasn't been before. And it can be a mutual backslapping, you know, fest, fine, but don't televise it, you know, because I'm not doing it for the 200 egos in the room. I'm doing it for the 200 million people watching around who aren't winning awards, who aren't millionaires,
and who don't care about winning the awards. Yeah.
This moment became a viral sensation, drawing both praise and criticism for its brutal honesty. Criticism of woke culture. At the core of Gervais's critique of woke culture is his belief that it stifles free speech and open dialogue. He uses humor to point out the flaws in woke ideology, which he sees as overly sensitive and hypocritical. Gervais often reminds celebrities and activists to stay in their lane, focusing on entertainment rather than moral policing. He contends that woke culture has become more about projecting a certain image than about enacting real change. One of the specific issues Gervais has tackled is the concept of dead naming using a transgender person's pre-transition name. Gervais questions whether completely erasing someone's past is beneficial or necessary, pointing out the absurdity of trying to rewrite history to fit a narrative. He famously brought up Caitlyn Jenner's transition, arguing that Bruce Jenner's achievements as an Olympic athlete should not be forgotten simply because of the gender transition. Virtue signaling and its implications. For Gervais, one of the most troubling aspects of woke culture is virtue signaling, where people publicly declare their support for social causes to appear morally superior. He criticizes this behavior, arguing that it reduces complex issues to simple social media gestures rather than encouraging real, thoughtful engagement. Gervais sees this form of activism as shallow and performative, often alienating people who may have legitimate concerns but don't fully align with the prevailing woke ideology. He also highlights how the woke movement sometimes dismisses those who disagree with its views, creating a polarized environment where meaningful discussion is shut down. According to Gervais, this intolerance of differing opinions prevents any real progress on social issues and reinforces echo chambers instead of fostering understanding. The search for offense. Gervais has observed that some individuals and groups seem to actively seek out reasons to be offended, often over trivial matters. He believes this obsession with outrage detracts from more pressing societal issues. For Gervais, comedy plays a crucial role in challenging ideas and pushing boundaries, and he argues that audiences should be able to take a joke without overreacting. He's a staunch defender of the idea that comedy should provoke thought and stir conversation, not be censored because someone takes offense. Facts vs. feelings. A significant part of Gervais's critique revolves around the debate of facts versus feelings. He emphasizes that discussions should be rooted in reality and facts, rather than being dictated by emotions. In the age of social media, where reactions often overshadow substantive dialogue, Gervais warns against letting feelings govern debates, particularly on sensitive issues like race, gender, and politics. He encourages people to engage in discussions with a sense of humor and to avoid taking everything so seriously, a stance that resonates with those tired of the current climate of outrage culture. The role of comedy. For Gervais, comedy is a vital tool in challenging societal norms and confronting uncomfortable truths. He believes that comedians have a responsibility to push the envelope and to question prevailing ideas, even if it means offending some people in the process. His unapologetic approach to humor has made him a polarizing figure, but it's also why he remains one of the most influential voices in the conversation about free speech and political correctness. Conclusion. Ricky Gervais's critiques of woke culture are as bold as they are divisive. His willingness to challenge Hollywood's political agenda, poke fun at virtue signaling, and push back against cancel culture has made him a key figure in the debate about free speech and comedy. While some see his commentary as necessary and refreshing, others accuse him of being insensitive or out of touch. Ultimately, Gervais argues for a return to open dialogue, where ideas can be discussed freely without fear of being cancelled. His message is clear: comedy should provoke, not pacify, and humor can coexist with serious social discourse. Whether one agrees with his views or not, Gervais continues to be a force in shaping the conversation about the role of comedy and free speech in the modern world. Join the conversation. Do you agree with Ricky Gervais's take on woke culture, or do you think his humor crosses the line? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's continue the discussion.